Welcome! This is a word tutorial. This lesson will demonstrate how to improve the reading level of a story using tools in Microsoft Word. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up Microsoft Word. I'll go ahead and close this and not save it. Little introduction. And you want to choose Start, All Programs, and you're going to locate Microsoft. Now if you have it on your desktop, you would just double click on it on your desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Microsoft Office and open up Microsoft Word. This is version 2003. I'll go ahead and close this. And you're going to choose File, Open. And you're going to locate a story called Worst Day. Now mine just happens to be on my desktop. You will be told in advance where to locate this story, or you should have knowledge of where that is located. So we're going to open up a pre-existing story called Worst Day. Okay, once you locate Worst Day, go ahead and double click on it to open it. And you're going to have a story that you're going to edit. Now I'm going to go ahead and view this so you can see the entire story. There you go. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to see what the reading level of the story is. So what you would do is you'd go to Tools, Spelling and Grammar, or click on the F7 key. Now if this pops up, that means you don't have any errors, but you're not getting a window that you need to look at, which gives you a breakdown of a variety of things. So I'll go ahead and say OK. And what I want to do is I want to go to Tools, Options from the main menu. And when this window pops up, I want the Spelling and Grammar tab selected. Now if you look down, notice where it says Show Readability Statistics. That needs to be checked off. Then you could say OK. And the shortcut was F7, so click on your F7 key of the keyboard and the window that we needed will pop up. As you can see, it gives you a breakdown of the number of words and characters, which is often a nice thing to know because you might have someone say, okay, you're going to do a 500-word paper. Well, how are you going to know? You're going to count each word? That would be crazy. So this is what you need. If you look down, it says the Flesch Kincaid grade level. It's 0.9, which means it's considered not even first grade reading level. We're going to demonstrate how to bring this story up within no time. So I'm going to say OK. I'll go ahead and put down here below 0.9, so just so I have a reference of what I started at. Now the first thing is we'll demonstrate some examples of how you could bring that reading level up. I had a bad day when I woke up today. Now that first sentence could easily be remedied or fixed. So first thing I want to do is bad. Okay, that's an adjective and it's only 3 letters. I want to make it a much larger word because the larger the word, the higher your score is going to become. So I'll go ahead and double click on bad. And if I click on the Shift F7 key, a window will pop up, or I could go to Tools and I can choose on, in this case it would be the thesaurus. Okay, but Shift F7 is much quicker. If you go to Language and then Thesaurus, you can see that there's the Shift F7. That's the shortcut. I'm a major shortcut person, so let's go ahead and click on that. And this window will pop up, and a variety of word options will appear. So, for example, if you wanted the word awful instead of bad, you would click here and say Insert. But I want a more interesting word and possibly a bigger word. So I had a dreadful, and I'll swap that bad with insert, and it changes, as you can see. So I had a dreadful day when I woke up today. I'm going to show you a really neat trick that one of my students did. I love this trick. What she did is she went, selected today, and she said, I had a dreadful day when I woke up this dark, comma, dark, and dark morning. And I was looking at her and I says, you can't use the word dark 3 times. She goes, no, no, no. I want 3 words comparable to dark. So then she came in, she did the Shift F7, and she found words comparable to dark. So she may have chosen the word gloomy. And then let's go ahead and click on gloomy to get words associated with gloomy. And we could keep expanding these options. How about depressing? And let's go ahead and get one more. Dismal. Let's see what dismal has. Miserable. Okay, so there you're expanding your vocabulary, you're making your story a little more interesting. So now we have, I had a dreadful day when I woke up gloomy, depressing, and miserable morning. Now if I click on the F7 key, I just brought my reading up, it looks like 3 months, just in one sentence. So what you want to do is you want to keep embellishing your story, adding more adjectives. Keep in mind you don't want to really have more than 3 adjectives. One student had 10 adjectives. I became exhausted reading her story. So you want to keep that in mind. I also find that when you use the thesaurus for nouns, it doesn't work as good. You can go and experiment with that, but you're probably going to find words that haven't been used in the English language for quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more changes. I fell out of bed. I encourage my students, whenever you come across a noun, why don't you describe that noun with an adjective? So what kind of bed did you fall out of? I fell out of my hard, again I'm using that trick, hard bed. And again, select it, Shift F7, and you keep building the story, unbreakable. So I'm making you feel sorry for me through the story, I hope, because I have a horrible bed. It's just setting the stage for what kind of day I'm having. Rigid is a good word, I'll insert that. And let's pick another one. Let's go ahead and click on rigid and get words associated with rigid. Unbending, inflexible. Alright, and this bed, and I hit my head. Well, what kind of head? My enormous head? Okay, I'll put enormous. On the, what kind of nightstand? How about on the nightstand? How about the maple nightstand that was purchased by my great grandparents who resided in London, England during their, no, that's not very interesting. We'll leave it at that. London, England. Let's see. Let's do this Shift F7. Oh, that's the thesaurus. I'm sorry. Do the F7, which gets you the reading level. And do you notice I keep bringing this story up? So why don't you go ahead and experiment and bring this story up as high as possible. I have yet to meet a student that can bring it to 12th grade reading level, without cheating, of course. There are some rules. You can't use words that you don't understand or can't pronounce. You shouldn't use more than 3 adjectives per noun. And you can't be copying and pasting off the internet. That's plagiarism, but it's also somewhat cheating. One student brought his story up within 5 minutes to 12th grade reading level by finding a very complicated story online. He copied it, and then he came back to Word, and he wrote, "To make my day even worse, I had to read the following story," and he pasted it in. Of course, he put quotes around it to be ethical, but I tell my students, you can't do that. I want it to be your story. So the world is at your fingertips here. Try to bring that up as high as possible and enjoy yourself during the process. See ya later, kids, or adults, or whoever's taking this lesson. Ta-ta for now.